3, 2, 1, and we're live again. Back with another podcast. What's going on, you guys? We're back on. This is my wife, Heather, and she's going to start getting more involved with the channel this year. I mean, you know, she's always been supporting me and everything, and just kind of been supporting me from the shadows, but it's time that she's got out here and she's going to start doing some podcasts with me, and she's always been my sidekick on traveling and stuff and everything. But so she just decided to hop on her first one tonight, and we're just going to start talking about some random topics across America and some things that are going on today in our crazy society and all that. But I've got her states map right here right now. Excuse me. Yeah, dang, I guess I had some dust on this state's map. It's got my allergies all tore up today. But of course, anybody that knows me knows I got bad allergies anyways. All my workers that work with me, I'll go out in the sun and I'll look up and start sneezing, but I got that photosensitive DNA. And they're like, whatever, they don't believe in it. But anyway, we got the U.S. states map here that I got from, what's that place called? Hobby Lobby. Yeah, we picked it up a while back. And so these are the states that me and my wife have went to. So like I've been to some a good bit, and then she's been to some a good bit, but these are the ones that we've been to together. And guess what, you guys? She's never been to Florida. That she can remember, at least she says. But we'll see. Well, hey, we appreciate the love and support to the channel, you guys, and that's kind of what our goal is with it. Like, we just want to become passive with a purpose someday. We want to have passive income to where we can just go and travel, and I'm just trying to set a good example for her and my family, and show her what hard work brings you one day and everything, and I want to be able to travel and check off all these states across the U.S. with her. But we've been to a lot of the southeastern region here because that's where we're from and all. But drop in the comments below and see. Maybe comment some good places to go see later on or whatever. And when we get time and money, we will make it that way, you guys. But so what you want to open it up with today and start talking about? We got a few topics wrote down here. We got some, got the UFOs, the Shopify, drones, Trump, and the states board. So I got the states board out of the way. So, all right. Yeah, we'll go ahead and talk about some Shopify, guys, and get that out of the way. So as y'all know, we've been trying to get the merch out here and all that with Take Chances and Go Be Famous and all that. So like I say, I've got my Shopify account going. I'll drop the link in the description below on that, and you guys need to go in there and check it out. It's the official merch page. So now I finally got my online store set up to where I can ship out across the U.S. to anybody out there, because my dad has a online parts and tractor business. Y'all go hit him up at billstractorparts.com, and his business is called BG Collectibles Plus, and he's been established 99% rate feedback on eBay. He sells tractor parts and car parts on eBay. Y'all go give him a big shout out. It's called BG Collectibles Plus. If you need any kind of tractor manuals, brochures, tractor parts, car parts, anything like that. But anything in that nature. So we used to travel a lot. That's how I got a lot of my states checked off, because when we were younger, we used to go and to these part stores that had closed down, and my granddad would take some money out of his 401k and go buy these part stores out and stuff. And so he's got a big old warehouse down there in Lyerly, just crammed full of automobile parts and car parts and tractor parts and stuff. So but yeah, y'all go check him out too. But yeah, so like I said, we got the Shopify set up, my online store going. I'll drop that link down there, but y'all go check it out, and you can get get it in multiple colors, and my wife's got her business on there too. She makes t-shirts and hoodies and much more, and can do any kind of custom designs and things like that. So yeah, for any of you t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodie needs, and the Take Chances and Go Be Famous with my YouTube channel on it there at the bottom. If y'all need any kind of merch, y'all go check that out, and we appreciate the love and support. So, but yeah. So, and then we can, once we get into some of these other topics here, I'll finally shut up and give her some time to talk. But yeah, so we got the yeah, You want to go to Trump now, or you want? Yeah. All right. Well, we'll just talk about some Trump on here for you guys. So what y'all? I don't care. Hey, I'm a Southern country boy channel. I don't care to talk about Trump any day of the week. It's funny because he always pops up on the list. Like out of everybody that we have podcasts with. But so yeah, you want to start on that one? No. Go ahead. No. Oh no, you don't want to? She's being camera shy. Here, I'll start for you. Well, I think he's gonna be a good president for us. But anyways, so yeah, that's my feelings, guys. I think he's really gonna, he's always been about what he says he's gonna do and stuff. So I feel like he's gonna be a good one for us. I mean, yeah, like I try to be kind of conservative, like in the middle on a lot of it, and try not to get into a lot of politics. But I mean, come on, what can you say? It's Trump, baby, daddy's home. So hey, it's time to clean up some of this mess, and it seems like he's getting a lot done already. So that's good for sure. But yeah, I mean, I expect big things from him, and like I said, I think he's gonna just stay, doing stuff that's productive and all that. And I don't really believe in everything that he does. Of course, I mean, nobody believes in 100% of everything that somebody does, but like the whole tariff things or tariff and stuff like that, the overseas tax laws and things like that, like I don't necessarily agree with on all of them, but a lot of them are beneficial, I'm sure, but in their own ways. But I don't really go into deep on all that stuff, but I do like what he's doing, just protecting our Constitution and stuff and upholding it. And I mean, like I say, America was just founded on like free speech and guns and stuff. So I mean, you're never going to get rid of that. I mean, I don't care who you have in office. So yeah, I mean, and yeah, if you come over here like border laws and stuff, like if you come over here without a criminal background and you're trying to do good and I mean, everybody knows, or I mean, not everybody knows the difference between good and bad, but if you want to do it the right way, you're going to come over here and you're going to think and you're going to have a conscience inside of you telling you, say like, hey, well, I know I kind of came over illegal, but I ain't got no criminal background. I don't want to hurt nobody, so I need to go try to get my papers or get legal or whatever. So there's those type of people, and then there's the bad ones, the ones that's affiliated with the gangs and all that, the Venezuelan gangs and stuff and everything. So yeah, I mean, like if you come over here and you're trying to do good and you work hard and you go pick all your buddies up in the morning to go work and things like that, like, yeah, that's fine. But what did you look at me for like that when I said picking all your buddies up going to work? Well, I mean, everybody carpools. We're just guys. I mean, we all like trying to save a little gas money out here in this Biden inflated world. But but anyway, so yeah, so like if they're trying to do good and everything and ain't committing no crimes or hurting anybody, sure, more power to them, But it gives the real estate market more workers and stuff and everything, and so I mean that's just the truth of it. I mean it's nothing racist about it or anything, but it's just like I mean because there's all kinds of different people, Chinese, Mexicans, just all kinds of different countries. I'm sure Cubans and what's that other one? Guatemalans. Yeah, I mean, anywhere in the world, just coming to the U.S., just traveling across our little border, and they're getting funneled through a narrow place or whatever. So I mean, yeah, that's people coming from all over. But so yeah, that's kind of how I feel on that. Like, just come over here and try to do good, work hard. But the ones who don't, Trump needs to get them out. Get them out. Trump. Oh yeah. But yeah, I mean, you got anything to add on Trump? No? No, you said it all. Oh, okay. She said I said it all. Alright. Well, now we got the drones. We got the drones to talk about up there in New Jersey and stuff and everything. So yeah, the New Jersey drones, that's been the topic, I guess, the ongoing topic for the last month and a half now or so is all I've been hearing about. But it kind of faded out, I guess, for a while, and some people were saying that like it went away or this and that, or they stopped, but I found that to be false. So everybody's saying that they never let up, that they're still flying like crazy up there at night and stuff. And so yeah, I mean, I feel like that's our government, like 100%. Like they know what they're doing and they know what they're looking for, and they just can't, don't want to tell us or whatever, we the common people, because we might freak out or won't be able to handle like that old saying, great responsibility, or um, great action or great positions, higher positions come with greater responsibility or higher power. So yeah, with great power comes great responsibilities. So that's why they can't tell us. That's why they can't tell us. This is why she married me, guys. I'm like dumb and just funny, but. But so see, so she just she felt sorry for me and everything, and just kind of wanted to help me out and laugh and everything. So thank you, baby. Thank you. I love you. But
That's a lot.
no, you gonna say it back?
I love you, but that's a lot.
Thank you. I know I'm just cutting up, but thank you for supporting the channel with me, baby. It means the world to me, for real. You'll never know how much it means to me. But yeah, so like I say, they know, and it's just too much of a responsibility to you know, for us to know or whatever. Like we couldn't handle it. In other words, I don't think, like some of us couldn't if they knew or whatever, because they'd be like, "Oh my God, the government's coming over with these drones. They're taking over. Help, help! Oh, it's the end of the world. These drones are fighting everywhere." So I mean, you know, it's just one of them things people would freak out. But so yeah, some of us just couldn't handle the truth. But so I believe that's what it is. The government's just keeping it from us to protect panic and all that and everything. But yeah, I mean, it's something that definitely, you know, is a concern or whatever. But and that kind of leads me into, because that's really all I got on the drones. I mean, the government knows, and you know, and then I guess they know that we know, and they just don't care, so that's fine. But because there ain't really nothing that we the people could do about that, really. But anyways, that's all I got on the drones. But I just feel like it's government, and they ain't really. I mean, as much as I don't trust the government, I don't believe they're up to anything going to try to like mass kill us or nothing. But with that operation, but at least not right now. But anyways, but then the whole UFO thing now, that's a whole nother ball game right there on the UFOs, because you know I've always been kind of believing of like Sasquatch and things like that when I was little, and aliens and all that and stuff. But now, see, yeah, this is where she differs. She don't believe in none of that stuff. But I'm telling you, it's out there. Because I mean, we ain't the only beings that are created in this universe, as huge and as vast as the universe is, and all that. And so, because I mean, especially as many different species that still get discovered in our oceans to this day, and as much life that's out there, and different breeds and strands of viruses and insects and tiny little bugs, all the way up to huge elephants. And I mean, there's just like there's too much evidence of life for us to be the only ones when the universe is so vast, and our human minds can't even comprehend, you know, how big it is and stuff. And besides, it's a scientific fact that we can only unlock like 10% of our mind's capabilities and stuff and everything, and so we can only like tap into 10% of it. So like we still got 90% of our mind that we can't even really understand or grasp or control. And you kind of see physical proof evidence of this through like people who meditate and people who do all these weird you know, kind of out of body experience things like lucid dreaming. That's a real thing. Like you can manipulate and control your mind and play certain mind games or whatever to yourself, and you know, get it to where you could kind of have an alternate state of being, I want to call it, and kind of like shapeshift and stuff. There's a lot of videos and like scientific for science and stuff videos where people like sit down in a chair and like go into like a hypnosis thing, and they swear they have a like an outer body experience or whatever, where they can like feel like they're controlling themselves and like walking through another room or something. But and I don't really believe in a lot of that, but you got to believe that type of minded kind of goes down the same avenue with the same belief that UFOs are real or something like that. So I definitely believe that UFOs are real, and I believe we're not alone, because there's just been so much kind of evidence out there like it. There's not ever really been super great clear videos of it, but there's a guy named Jake Barber, I believe, and I watched a 2 hour and 47-minute video of him the other day on YouTube, and he was the one. He's that whistleblower guy that they're talking about in the news right now. The Navy, he was in the Navy or something. And anyway, he seems to have it, and he's a private. He seems to have it kind of together on that and his thoughts on it. because he said he used to run missions in the military, picking up these UAP things and everything for a project. But now he's funded by Capital One, he says, and he's getting or some credit card big venture or whatever. But he's some big funding company. But he's got like a private group that he's putting together, and they're actually doing their own missions. So like he's got a private people across the U.S. that they're doing their own missions with, and he's talking about like how he can summon these alien crafts to land or come in the area and get in the right headspace and this and that. Like how he's making like super astonishing claims. So if there's any real video evidence, he says the videos are coming. Like we are waiting every single day. Well, excuse me. Let me back up. I'm waiting every single day for this video to drop, because he says that he's got video evidence of UAPs coming in. He said we've already got some videos that we can't release yet, but we're working on it. And he said there's going to be a lot more coming in the next like few months. He said, so I don't know, watch it be a big hoax or an all a fake or whatever. But if it is all true and he has 100% without a doubt video evidence, like he claimed on national television in front of a lot of people across the U.S. That was tuned in watching. If he does, and he 100% gets video of 100% something out of this earth, landing on this earth and being able to approach it and getting a good clear video image, then that's going to make us, wonder and question about our government for years and years. And, so, yeah, if you can't already know by that, I'm a big conspiracy theorist, but I watch too much Joe Rogan at 3 a.m, but, but hey, it's all good. But, so... yeah, I'm telling you, that's just my thoughts on it. But I mean, they're real. We are not alone in this vast universe. But all right, so that kind of covers UFO, Shopify, Trump, state boards, drones. But anyway, so what's your feelings on the whole UFOs? I mean, I know, but tell you two.
Well, if God wanted us to know that they were aliens, wouldn't He have shown it by now to everybody?
Well, kind of. That's a good thought. That's a good point. Yeah. I mean, but what if, I don't know, but what if it just wasn't in our plan to accept to know until now? Like the way prophecy unfolds and folds out in front of us. What if it just wasn't meant to be until this time and era? Because I will tell you, like they say it in every generation of time, like they didn't have video cameras to film it back in the 1800s, but I guarantee you there was two old men sitting on a stump or something, or there was two middle-aged men sitting in a stump, been logging all day or whatever. Like I think I was watching a documentary one time where Jobs come along in like the 1800s or whatever, like sometime, or maybe late 1700s or 1800s. It was during the moonshine run and all that, when everybody was making and selling moonshine in the mountains, like up in Virginia and West Virginia, kind of like the Moonshiner Show. But they were talking about kind of like right up there, our Second Amendment board around 1791 or 1800s. There was this old man narrating a story, and he was talking about when he was a little boy. He said the federal government started coming out with jobs and made them have jobs and stuff, and that's when the factories started coming up around the Great Depression in the 20s and stuff or whatever. But he said something about the jobs came along, because used to you just farmed and stuff all the time, and there was a point in society where there wasn't no jobs. I don't want to lose my main point here, but where there wasn't no actual jobs to do, you just stayed at home all day and you farmed and stuff, and then you took care of your family and all that. But then like the white collar men come along in the suits and federal government and stuff, and then they started creating all these factories and making the actual man-made jobs that you have to go to and start working like that. The Industrial Revolution, and whatever that one particular person was that all the Facebook memes are about, like that says I blame this guy. Might have been Henry Ford, but I don't think it was. But it says I blame this guy for creating a job, because it said he's the one that come up with the idea of a 9-to-5 job and all that and everything. But anyways, but yeah. So my point of all of that being, and dang, I had it a while ago and then I lost it. But my point of being is I know for generations and generations there's two middle-aged men out there that's been logging or whatever that just started having to work for a living and doing their jobs, that they were sitting there talking one day. I guarantee you that they were talking and they were probably saying, we're living in the best time to be alive in society. Like, and think about it, they didn't even have cameras, they didn't even have like super good transportation, they didn't even have like a lot of them didn't even have running water, electricity, they had to go to a well, they had outhouses. I mean, so like, and they were still, I guarantee you, they're talking about, you know, how wonderful life is and how they're in the best time to be alive in their era. I've heard that for generations and generations and generations. My granddaddy has talked about it. He was always talking about when they were growing up, how they were in like the best time or best era of their life, and then I find myself doing it. I find my dad saying it sometimes, and I hear it a lot. I hear it a lot around me. But so everybody's always talking about for generations and generations. Everybody thinks that they're living in the best time in the world or the best generation ever. And so yeah, I stand behind that too, and I'm just carrying on the tradition. I think we're living in one of the greatest times, you know, in America and everything, because of everything that's advancing and innovating in technology and stuff and everything, and how we're advancing. So, but we are living in one of the strangest times in America. Like, I promise you that. Like, there's just so much going on, you guys. I mean, like, people are just flooding in over the border. People are getting vaccinated with all these shots, and Joe Rogan talks about a lot of this, so I don't want to get any kind of copyright or anything copying what he talks about. But and then I was listening to one the other day. He was talking about all the weed farmers up in Vermont and out in Oregon and California and stuff and everything. And he said there was like all those Chinese men that came across the border a while back and stuff. Apparently, a lot of them were coming over to have these weed farms and stuff, and they're finding a lot of those up in California now, and they're starting to have shootouts with the game wardens and stuff. And then you got the border patrols shooting at Venezuelan gangs every day around by the border. So like, we are starting to be under attack. Like, we are just getting flooded in. Like, we're having all these wars break out like on our domestic land. So, and it's like, I mean, so yeah, it's getting crazy. It's definitely one of the craziest times in life to be alive. So, but it's one of the greatest times. So I'm right there. I'm just carrying on the tradition. I'm like my granddaddy and great granddaddy, and we're living in the best times in the world, the best times. So I believe it. I mean, for years and years to come, one day when my great grandson's got spaceships and stuff, he's gonna be taking a picture of a spaceship in his yard, and then he's gonna hop in it and fly off, and he's gonna telepathically communicate to his other son or to his other brother and be like, we're living in the best time in the world. But think about how lucky we got it, having electricity and running water and stuff these days compared to the way they had it back then. You know what I'm saying? But I think people are just happy to be alive. I think they're just
how far off
happy.
topic you've gotten.
Yeah. It's just because this is like my first podcast again in like weeks and weeks and weeks. I've got to get started doing a few of these a week, like 3 or 4, because I've got so much to get out. I get so excited.
Yeah, we were on UFOs, and then you guys started talking about living in the greatest time in history.
Yeah, because the UFO correlates to that, because it's like just how I tied it all in just a second ago. You know, you take it back, and then it's like, I mean, hey, we're just here to innovate, and we're just here to I think just kind of like say create and innovate and be, you know, in the industrial revolution like he was talking about. Like, that's our job. Like, I feel like as humans and creators, like, we are meant to procreate and work and just like innovate and come up with technology. I think like that's our true purpose in life, and to be happy first and foremost, I believe is the most important thing for sure. And just love and love. That's the number one most important thing. But oh yeah. So what you gotta say on anything on the UFOs or greatest time in history? I mean, I'm sorry. I know I'm dominating tonight's conversation, but I know she's just kind of shy and getting warmed up to it being her first podcast with me. So I just knew she wasn't gonna say too much tonight, anyways, you guys. But anyway, I'll give you a chance. what you want to add anything or talk about anything?
And how do you know it's not the government doing everything and trying to make everyone believe that it's actually an alien?
Well, now, yeah, see, that's very true. I mean, I do believe that. I mean, because yeah, they do some crazy stuff, and I mean, I believe in the whole MK Ultra experiment and the whole Project Blue Beam that's probably going to happen in the next few years and all that and everything. But so yeah, I believe in a lot of that stuff. But daggum, I'm gonna come up missing before my podcast even takes off. But it's a good thing that I ain't got a lot of followers yet. but no, I mean, like I said, I believe in a lot of that, and that's true. That's true. That could be.
That's why I don't believe in it.
Yeah. She's gonna be the smartest one of us all, for real. She's gonna be like, I tried to tell you it was the government the whole time. But yeah, that's true.
That's smart.
Yeah, you never know. But it could be. It could be. I like how the Hodge twins in their podcast and stuff, they'll be sitting there talking, and all of a sudden they'll get a phone call from their wife. They'll be like, hey, baby. Hey, yeah, I just said that. Yeah. Whenever they say something, whatever they ain't supposed to, and you're sitting here right beside me, you're on mine. So yeah, I appreciate the support so much, for real. We're gonna take this thing big, you guys, and we're just gonna start from the bottom. You gotta just grind and put in the hard work, and just start from the bottom and start digging and climb your way out of the hole. That's what it's all about. You got anything else you want to add on closing here?
Next time we can talk about Charlie and Nikki.
Oh yeah. Next time we'll talk about our son when we got a little more time. Our newest son and stuff. He's a little bit over a year old. He's getting close to 2 and now actually. But yeah, he spent 101 days in the NICU, and he is a true miracle and a true survivor for sure. So he was 2 pounds and 4 ounces. 2 pounds 2.
2 pounds. I think 3.
Yeah. 2 pounds and 3 ounces, and then he dropped down to a pound and 1 ounce, or a pound and 4 ounces, somewhere around in there. But yeah, so yeah, we're talking about like our baby you could hold in your hand like this, and I mean, he's just as good and pretty much overall healthy and spoiled rotten as he can be now. So yeah, he's kind of like a mini cow. Like he's like perfect. He's so cute. I love him to death. But that's what it's all about, you guys, and procreating and creating a good family to set a good example for, and just keep the traditions going down the road, and just keep teaching them your way and the way you had it growing up, and treat them right from wrong, and just set a good example for them, and push them along and support and love them, and they'll be all right. And they'll make this country better. They'll contribute to what Trump's doing, and they'll help make this world a better place, a better, safer place for our families. All right, that's it. That's a wrap. Oh, but hey, stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned and go check out that Shopify and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and get ready for a lot more of these to come. We're gonna start trying to get out there. I'm gonna go full blast. We're gonna try to do about 4 a week. We're gonna start shooting out 4 podcasts a week. It'll be a lot of times I'll have different guests on here. I'll have a lot of my friends and stuff on, but my wife's gonna be very supportive of me, and we're gonna start trying to do this more and more. And then that way maybe she can get more used to it and get more talkative and stuff. Well, good deal. I'm talkative. Ain't I? Very. I ain't scared.